Hello, beautiful people. This is Kierra King here, and I am bringing you some Earth energy updates. But before we get started, for those of you who are new to hanging out with me, you're new to how I work, basically I'm just going to give you the cliff notes here. I have had the ability to see life outside of our Earth, our star system, and that happened at a very rapid rate when I was 14 years old. And over the last 16 years, I have developed how to translate that energy and how it affects us mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and what many people call ascension or earth shifts or the event, or just how we align naturally as human beings with the cosmos, and how our psyche shifts, how our soul and our spirit can evolve while we are here in the body. And that's all what this channel is about. So many of you, you're probably spiritual. You might be on a path like as a healer or an astrologer, or you take an interest into, you know deep within that we are here collectively going through a shift. We're going through a shift together. The collective consciousness is healing, is transcending, and it's opening to a new paradigm. Now, how these gifts have manifested in my life and what I enjoy talking about is being a multi-dimensional being. What that looks like, how we can use that to our advantage, and exactly how we are going to be able to take our awareness once we have become aware that we are interdimensional beings, and how we can tap into these layers of awareness, or these layers of consciousness or information that is always available to us. But before we get into that, I want to talk to you about the energy from today. So it's April 28th until about May 12th or 12th, 13th. Now, if you look at some of my videos in the past, especially beginning at the beginning of this year, I've been talking a lot about how the soul is emerging, the soul is coming forward. We are in a space where we get to learn how to integrate our soul knowledge and wisdom into the body. So that is going to look very different for every individual. However, if you identify with being an old soul, or someone who this new age stuff that's been surfacing, if it serves you in any way, it's almost like you're just remembering. It's like riding a bike. So some of what this new age stuff, it's very familiar to those of us who are old souls, because at the soul level we have already practiced and mastered aspects to these shifts in consciousness, meaning we lean more into our intuition, we have the ability to use our senses and feel into the universe, and also flow and raise our vibration and know when and how to navigate these earth shifts. Now, if you are in a space where you're going through a spiritual awakening, and guess what? Over the next couple of weeks, especially for May, we're going through another spiritual awakening, especially if you are someone who you've already been through your spiritual awakening or multiple spiritual awakenings. The month of May is definitely bringing that energy really, really fast towards us. So first, there's a couple things that I would like to outline. So today is the 28th, and the energy from now to the 28th is gonna look like this. Now, we know that the universe, life, is vibration, right? and oh, you guys can see my little light ring. That's what that is. So if you see that, that's what that is. So we know that there are waves, right? And life sometimes can be like that. Some people call it a roller coaster. We know that the Kundalini energy works its way through our spine and allows us to awaken in multiple different spectrums of our life. Now, what I'm drawing this for a reason. The month of May, and especially April 28th to about like the 12th, 13th, is we are going, we're going through this. So we're dipping down. Now, I want you to know that, and tell yourself this is not necessarily I'm going to feel low energy or be a little emotional or be processing, like, you know, I don't know however we want to term it. Oftentimes when we see like a dip, we can, our psyche can tend to freak out a little bit. But I want you to know it's like a very, very good thing. And reason being is because the energetically, we're doing a lot of third and fourth dimensional detaching. And so some of us are going to be working this out in dream state. A lot of us have already been doing that. But really what is important here is and I'm just going to draw this like this. Our root chakra space and our energy from essentially our creative force. A lot of people call it the sacral chakra, but I'm going to focus more on our womb space, men and women. Our creative elixir of life is really collectively, we're going to start going through some sort of renaissance here, which is very exciting. So I drew a little wheel here. So it looks like aspects of the collective consciousness are our collective psyche goes down under, and the earth consciousness, Gaia, the cleanser, the healer, she is definitely helping all of us purge. Okay, we're really working with gravity here. So allow yourself over the next couple of weeks here just to remember, just use gravity, the momentum of gravity, to pull down any sort of negative energy or what you've been processing at the soul levels, because it's moving really, really fast. So we're going through, now there's going to be a lot of momentum happening up here, meaning like your day-to-day life, we're going to feel very energized. But parts of us, remember, we're multidimensional beings. We're going to be healing, cleansing, and opening our root space into aspects of our relationships and our creative energy, which is very exciting because that is allowing us to have a huge shift in our foundations. Now, we know that many of us, we were birthed into a lower vibrational consciousness, meaning a lot of division, a lot of scarcity, a lot of you versus me. We've been competitive with one another, meaning we've been looking to one another to resource ourselves, to feel better, when we're being asked to really plug into source. So there's going to be a shift in foundation, meaning we are parts of us, of our collective and individual psyche, that has been detached from the awareness of, you know, we're not looking to our friends and our family, throwing out these cords to resource ourselves. All of that is getting cut and detached, so that way we can start really plugging in and remembering that we're going to, and I drew this because our energy field's going to be amplifying. So some of us are going to go through a little bit of a shock, and that's okay. And then I'm hoping that this information helps you, so that way you can cultivate more awareness, so you can tell part of your ego, hey, you're safe, You're not going to die. You're along for the ride. We're transcending, we're healing together. You are the one steering your ship, okay? And we are all steering this ship together. So the more that you have the awareness that our foundations, there's a shift in foundation happening for all of us, our relationships are getting triggered because all of us are like, oh, what's going on? What's going on? But the benefit of this is our souls are dropping in. And I want you to definitely subscribe and hang out with this channel, because I'm going to be teaching you how to use your energy body to navigate the solar energy that's coming at us, the solar flares, the geomagnetic storms. I'm going to be teaching you how to use your 4th and 5th dimensional chakra system to navigate and bring energy from the 9th and 12th dimensional frequencies. So that's kind of fluffy and out there, but remember, we're multidimensional beings. I've been kind of immersed in all of this for about 16 years. Again, at the beginning of this video, I told you how that happened. I have a Facebook group that you can join. Go on Facebook and just look for Ascension for the Modern Mystic. You're going to find me. I teach in there about every other week as well. And you're also always welcome to hang out with me one-on-one. So through April 28th through the 13th, we're going through like this emotional birthing process. We're coming, or our root space, our survival instincts are really getting jump started in a way. So we're asked to cultivate more patience with ourselves, more patience with the people that we live with, the people that we work with, people that we are creating and co-creating with. There are going to be a shift in attraction points in our relationships. And the reason being is because, and I'm going to draw this again, we have learned, I guess it's been subconscious, that when we want love, we reach out to other people, okay? It's been kind of like an esoteric idea that, especially, you know, if you're like me, that, you know, there's some sort of source or God or guidance out here that is breathing life into you, breathing love into you, resourcing you always. But it can be just a cognitive idea. Now, what we're being asked to do naturally, what's coming through this energy, is severing all these cords between us. So and that's going to take me into my next video, which I hope you watch, because I'm going to teach you more about this, how these cords are dropping down, but how we're naturally, again, going to be in a space where we are replenishing our connection to the divine. And so think about it like this. If you plant a flower, if you plant a seed, and there's weeds in it, and you don't prep the soil, you just throw it in, all those weeds and those root systems are going to crowd out that seed, and it might not grow. Okay? And we have learned we are resilient beings. We are beautiful, crafted, resilient, loving human beings, and we're pretty defiant, very similar to Mother Nature. She will just plant her roots and spring right up, and that's how we are crafted as well. We share DNA with the planet. We are her. Literally, we're just a different manifestation of life around us, right? We're a different species. Now, what we are doing and what is going on here over the next couple weeks until the 13th is there's a natural cleansing going on in our root system, literally in our root space, in our root chakra, and down into our creative life force energy. And we might feel a little wobbly because these cords and how we've reached out to other people. And again, this is something that most of us don't consciously do. And if you're someone where you're consciously plugging in to other people, that's called energetic vampirism. I highly ask you and your higher self to start plugging up here, because that type of energy is no longer sustainable for you or other people. It's detrimental to our shift. You know better, and start plugging up and plugging into your heart space and relying on your spiritual gifts that you have for a reason. So here that root system is getting cleansed and cleared out, and it might be unfamiliar at first. The rest of the energy for May into June, it's almost like a replenishment, restoring, renewal. We're highly energized. And again, in the material plane, there is a lot of momentum going on, but interdimensional through the shift, these many shifts that we're going through, this is what's going on right now. So again, connect with what's been coming through is to connect with the element of fire. Now, this is going to help us connect with the passion of our soul, the passion of our life and our life purpose and what we're here to do, okay? Many of us have a deep calling, right? We want to serve, we want to show up, we want to express our best self, and we know that there are steps to take, okay? Every single day there's an opportunity for you to take the next step. It's just a matter of choice and allowing the universal flow to come through and back you up. And that is really what we are setting the stage for. And all of us are in different stages of growth here, okay? So know that there is an old paradigm that is bottoming out. We're cleansing these cords between us. Our relationships are going to be looking a little bit different. We're asked really to go within to our own energy field. So honor that. Honor if you are, if you are surrounded by a lot of people every single day, honor that there is a deeper calling within. Set some healthy boundaries for yourself. Spread awareness and be mindful that other people, whether they realize it or not, that's what other people are going through too. I hope this helps you. If you would like to hang out with me more, there's going to be a link below where you can join my newsletter. That's where I send more information. So definitely subscribe to that. If you are an individual that hey, I am a spiritual person and you would like either a one-on-one session with me or you're looking for a mentor, I have 2 spaces available right now. Starting in the middle of May, I have opened space and I have 2 spaces available for people who are open for one-on-one mentorship, so that way you can quickly process energetically and also take outward action, so that way you can quickly fulfill your soul purpose. And there's 3 and 4 month options. So please subscribe, definitely hang out. I have more information coming for you. More lessons, more really fun stuff, so that way you can begin to exercise and cultivate more awareness, so that way you can navigate these shifts with more ease, comfortability, awareness, and practicality. My name is Kierra, and I thank you so much for hanging out. If you feel compelled, please share this video with other people so that way they have this information as well.